Hi, so for today's craft, we are continuing on with our Christmas Scrubby tutorials, and there's also a gift one or a present. I don't know where it is. There's one more. So far we made the heart, the wreath, the Christmas tree, and the present, which is somewhere. So this would be the fourth Christmas one, and because I don't know if the heart's really a Christmas. I did it as Christmas, but it's not. It can be multi-holiday. Valentine's Day is coming up, and to me, hearts are for the whole year. So today we're going to be doing the peppermint, and I'm going to be using a free pattern, and this is from Yarn Inspirations, the peppermint coaster. And if you're looking for scrubby patterns, just search up coasters, because there's actually not that many scrubby particular patterns or that I could find. I had to look up coaster patterns and then kind of test it out and tweak it to work with the scrubby yarn. So this is the pattern that we're going to use. This one was interesting too. Look, they gave like a diagram, which is nice if you're trying to learn how to crochet this. This one, I really like this one because it's pretty thick. It's a really good scrubby, like a very functional scrubby. But there is a nice side, like a right side and a wrong side. Like visibly, yeah. You'll see. I was like, should I give this one away because, like, to other people as gifts, because it doesn't look nice on the back side. But I don't think people care that much either. So for this pattern, you will need 2 colors of scrubby yarn. And my favorite one is Red Heart Scrubby Sparkle. This one is in strawberry, so you will need 2 of those. This one is marshmallow. I only have one, and it was kind of sold out on Amazon and Walmart. I couldn't find it at Walmart either, which is like the 2 places that you can find this yarn in Hawaii. So we will just have to use both ends of this one skein. I don't recommend it because you could get in trouble if it gets all knotted up or something, but this will have to do for now. Otherwise, you can use any color yarn. I was going to try and get creative and make, I don't know, a yellow and blue one or something. Let's see, I have all the different colors. These are so fun. I have the pink. They're just so pretty and sparkly, and you would think they'd be really scratchy on your hands, but actually it's not. I've crocheted with this for like hours at a time, and it's not irritating at all. So you will need the yarn. Then you'll need a 5mm hook. This is a digital one with a light that I love from Yarnness. You can use whatever size, hook you really want, depending on how tight you want this and how big you want it. This is a great starter, or just a great one to have. I wouldn't say starter because you're not going to use all of these, but eventually after you start gaining experience, you might need all these different hooks. And I really like the light on here. Obviously, I don't use it often, but when I do need it, like if I'm crocheting in the car and it's dark after practice or something, it's so nice to have. You also need, of course, some scissors and a tapestry needle and maybe some stitch markers. You will have to decide which color yarn you want in the very middle, and I think I will go with red. Let's do red first. We're gonna have to start with a magic ring, and this is how I make my magic ring. I kind of lay the yarn here doubled up, and I kind of pinch it with my ring finger and thumb. Then we're going to circle it around. I'm trying to make this skinny so that you can really see the difference. And then make an X right here. So it crosses right here. And then flip it over. So there should be like 2 tracks. We are going to go under the first one, over, and pull the second one through. Twist it upright. Then hook that second one and pull it through that loop. And that creates the perfect untangled magic ring that I've been doing, I don't know, for a while. So the part that you're going to crochet over is the side with the tail. So just remember that you're not crocheting on this single one. It has to be the one with the tail. For the first row, we're gonna just half double crochet 8 into the magic ring. So half double crochet is yarn over, go under, yarn over, and you're gonna have like 3 loops. I don't know why, but red is a little hard to see on camera. I think because it's dark. But 1, 2, 3 loops. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's 1. And when I pull all 3 loops up, I want them to all be like the same length. That's 2. And that way it'll go through easily. 3. 4. And disclaimer, I am a beginner crocheter, but that's why I wanted to just share these really beginner friendly projects that, I don't know, really help me learn how to crochet. Having these really short, like this scrubby should take you only an hour to do. And you can, put it down. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. But I love short projects that I can finish in a sitting and then just have something to be proud of. And scrubbies are super useful. Like everyone can use a scrubby, right? These work so much better than the regular sponge with the one scrubby side and one sponge side. You know which one? Okay, now I really lost count. So let's go back and check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that was 8. Okay, so now we're going to pull the tail of the magic ring. Sorry, I'm trying to make it as neat as possible so you can see. Pull the tail and it should be nice and tight, and then you have your circle. Okay, so we have our 8 stitches. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I put a stitch marker in the first and the second stitch just so you can see it a little bit better, because I know this red yarn is a little bit hard to see on camera. So the new pattern is going to be 2 half double crochets in each stitch. So we have 8 now. We're going to end up with 16, but we're alternating colors. So in stitch 1, it's going to be red and then white. Stitch 2, red and then white. So kind of tighten up your yarn, and let's do a half double crochet into the first stitch. Okay, and that's going to be stitch 1. So I'm going to use this red one and put it in the first stitch. Okay, and then now we're going to put the red in the back, kind of pinch it in the back here. But then we're going to get our white, and we're just going to leave a little tail. So put that tail along with the other tails and the extra red yarn, and we're going to half double crochet into that same first stitch. Okay, so now you should have 2 chains, 1 and then 2. Okay, so put that one behind, the white behind, and then bring up the red. And I guess we're going to take this purple one out. It's kind of in the way. And then half double crochet into the second stitch. Put this one behind, bring up the white. And every time I kind of tighten it a little bit so it's not loosey-goosey back there. And then half double crochet into that second stitch. And let's take out this blue. Okay, so put the white behind, bring up the red, I feel like the second round is kind of the hardest, or the most fiddly, because in the next rounds you won't have to change the color every single stitch. So just bear with me with this one and then it'll get easier. So put this one down and get the white. And then every so often you are going to have to untwist the yarn. Oops, sorry. So disclaimer, I am a beginner crocheter. You know, I'm learning along with you. But that's why I wanted to do this series, because this was such an easy project. And I learned so much making these scrubbies. And it was just so satisfying having these short little projects that I could do kind of on the go. And also that it was useful. So I'm not having like a bunch of amigurumi, because I was making those, the woobles, but I have nothing to do with those. And it's just going to be dust collectors. So even though I love making them, I mean, my boys don't really want it. So yeah, you know, sometimes it's better to just make something useful. And then if you can give things away as gifts, that's also cool too. And it's like a 2-for-1 kind of deal. You get to make something and you get to give it away. Okay, so let's count the stitches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the last, or the first two are going to be red. That's fine. It's supposed to be like that. Okay, so untangle your yarn. At this point, if it's really bothering you, you can probably weave in your ends. I'm not going to, just because I haven't been, but you can, and that's totally fine. Okay, so round 3, this is the first stitch. We are going to use the red, and we're going to do 2 half double crochets in this first stitch with the stitch marker. Okay, so let's move this stitch marker out of the way. It's like really up in there. And then I'll put a different color stitch marker so we can all see in the first stitch. So not this one, but the white one. And then now we're going to change colors. So bring up the white, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the second stitch. Did I say half double crochet? Or did I say double? I meant half double crochet. See, so now you're at least doing 2 stitches of the same color instead of just one. Okay, so we're going to put the white behind, tighten it up, and then using the red, we are going to do 2 half double crochets. And if you notice, we're using opposite colors. So the stitch that I'm working into is white, but I'm using the red yarn. I think I might have stitched the second round a little too tight. So just watch your tension. I might have been pulling it a little bit too much, like with the pulling the yarns tight too much. Okay. So we're just going to repeat this pattern until you have 32 stitches. Okay, so this is the end of round 3. We have 32 stitches going around like this. And don't worry if it's like, it looks a little bit off right here. We're going around kind of in a spiral. So in the end, I think it'll look okay. So we're going to start with the red. Now we're going to do 2 half double crochets in this first stitch. So that's the first stitch right there. I'm going to move my marker. one more in that same first stitch. And then in the second stitch, we're going to do 1 half double crochet. And then we're going to change color. So with white, two half double crochets. See, it gets really hard to see right here, but it's supposed to be in this red loop. And the next one, you're gonna do 1 half double crochet, and then switch. So this is how we're kind of getting that swirly pattern. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish up this round and come back when I get right here. Okay, so we're still on round 4 and we're coming up towards the end. You want to just leave the last 4 stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the first stitch. With your first color yarn, we're going to do the regular pattern. So 2 half double crochets. And then another half double into the next stitch. Okay, and then when we change color, we are going to do something different. So we have 2 stitches left. It's going to be 1 half double crochet and then 1 single crochet into that same stitch. So single. And in the very last stitch, we're going to do a single. And that's just to help taper it off at the end. So for the very last part, with the first color, we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So for the first stitch, we're going to slip stitch. So we can take this stitch marker out. And in the next one, slip stitch with the red. So then we're going to cut the red yarn off, leaving about 4 to 6 inches, and then pull it up. And then we're done. We just have to weave in all the ends now. But yeah, so this is what it looks like so far, but this is what the back looks like. So you know what I was saying about the looks super cute from the front, but not so much from the back. Yeah. Now let's cut off the other yarn and we can start weaving in our ends. So this is not the most fun part, but get your tapestry needle and just gonna weave in the ends. I am not like super great at this, I admit. I'm just kind of weaving it in, not just like any way I want, but just enough to secure. So I kind of went in a box, and then I'm going to put it to the back and cut it off. Don't worry, we will repeat that again. Okay, so for this white, I'm going to go from the front. Oops. So front to the back, going down, and then maybe back to the front, going up. And if you still have enough, you can go back to the front again and cut it off. Okay, so for the magic ring, you do want to pull it tight and make sure it doesn't come out. So we'll kind of go, I think, in like a circle. Maybe 4 times instead of 3 times. Okay. I love having this little desktop vacuum cleaner. Yeah, so now we're done. You can just kind of like stretch it out so that it becomes more of a circle. Super cute. The back, not so much, but you know, it's all right. You can either scrub with this side or with this side. I actually feel like this side is a little bit scrubbier, and it has like, you know, the loops too. So this was actually a really good cleaning, like functional scrubby. Like the other ones, this one's a little softer because it's like a little bit looser. This one is good because it has like the little nubby parts that really scrub, but otherwise it's kind of a softer one. And this one is also a really good scrubby, like a thicker one, because it has a lot of single crochets. Yeah, check these out and hopefully you can make them next year. I know I'm uploading this late. This is after Christmas, but just saving these ideas for hopefully next or this upcoming summer. You want to start early. Yeah, this took me about an hour to do, and I feel like this one probably takes the longest just because you're switching around the colors, but I think it's very worthwhile to put all the little details in it. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like this series and you got something out of it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and like and comment, and I will see you in the next video.